Well. Welcome to Echols Virtual Academy. Konnichiwa, kyodai toshimai, my brothers and sisters. So I got a question from one of my students. They said, Mr. Echols, how do you add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators? Well, let's get to it. So let's say our sample problem is 2/3 minus 1/2. So what you want to do is you got to make sure that the 3, your denominator, and the 2, your denominator, for these fractions have the same number. It can't be a 3 and a 2. So you've got to think about, okay, what number does 3 and 2 have in common when they're multiplied? Here's an easy way to do this, okay? So why don't we start out by listing the factors? So you have your 3 and you have your 2. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5, 15. Okay, so we've listed out 5. Now let's go to the 2 and see. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Uh-oh, let's stop. Do you see what they have in common? They both have a 6. So that tells you that your 6 is what you call the least common denominator. So now, let's go back to our fractions and let's just write another fraction line beside it, but we have 6's on each side. So now we see, well, what do I have to multiply this 3 times to get 6? Well, you multiply it by 1, 2. 3 times 2 gives you 6. What you do to the bottom, what you do to the denominator, you also have to do to the numerator. So if 3 times 2 is 6, then you have to also multiply your numerator times 2. So 2 times 2 gives you 4. So your new fraction for this one is 4/6. So let's do the same thing with our 1/2. 2 times what number will get you 6? 1, 2, 3. So you do 2 times 3. What you do to the numerator, what you do to the denominator, you also have to do to the numerator. So 2 times 3 gives you 6. 1 times 3 gives you 3/6. So we got 4/6 minus 3/6. But we've got a lot going on right here. So let's just erase a little bit of this, some of the stuff we don't need anymore, so we can make it nice and clean when we figure out our answer. And let's rewrite our new fractions below. 4/6 minus 3/6 gives you your final answer of 1/6. So the way to find the answer to a problem like this, where you are adding and subtracting fractions with different denominators, you have to make sure you find the least common denominator first and then do the problem. But that was subtraction. Let's try an example that has addition. Let's get rid of all of this. And let's do an addition problem. So we've got 1/3 plus 2/5. So we do the same thing. We need to find what the least common denominator is between 3 and 5. So let's list our factors again. 3, and for 5, for 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 times 5 is 15. Let's look at our 5. 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 3, 15. We see we have our 15 in common, so we know that 15 is our least common denominator. So, what do you do to get 15 as your denominator when you're looking at your 3? 3 is multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what you do to the denominator, you also have to do to the numerator. 3 times 5 gives you 15. 1 times 5 gives you 5. So that turns into 5 over 15 plus, and now let's look at our 2/5. 5 times 1, 2, 3 gives you 15. So 5 times 3 is 15. What you do to the denominator, you also have to do to the numerator. So 2 times 3. Oh, got my eraser. Sorry. 2 times 3 is 6. So you've got 5 over 15 plus 6 over 15. You add those together. You add the 5 and the 6. That gives you 11. You don't add the 15 and the 15 because fractions fractions are part of a whole, so the denominators never add. So you got 11 over 15 for your final answer. Not too complicated, but practice makes perfect. Just like that, hey, you got it.
Answer? Where'd you find this? Soka. Anata wa subarashi desu ne.
So now I hope that you're happy that you found out a little bit as to how to add and subtract fractions with different denominators. Click the like button, subscribe for more, because next time we're gonna learn how to multiply fractions.